Okay, this analysis of Will's game. Franks versus Italians. Italians is a pretty good civ. They can, they have a decent economy. Go archers. They can tech into Genoese crossbowmen in Castle Age, which is really strong against cavalry. But they have to get a castle to get there. For Franks, obviously cookie cutter knight civs. And then to counter archers coming from Italians, they can go skirmishers. They can have some mangonels in the mix. But yeah, this map is actually pretty bad. You get side gold and your secondary gold's forward, and then Arabia they moved the tertiary tile for gold farther away, so it's harder to scout, which is kind of annoying. But it's fine. And then here's your secondary gold. Opponents also got some forward gold. So this is actually very punishable with something like a scout rush, because if you can deny their gold, they'll have a hard time getting into Castle Age, and it's really awkward for them to wall like this far out. But yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, 3 on wood, that's good. So 4 on wood's not necessary as Franks, because you will not be needing that extra wood to build a barracks. 4 on wood is usually used for a Dark Age rush or going into man-at-arms. So this wood is better used for going onto the hunt, i.e. the boars, or putting them on berries. But that's a small issue. See, they also have 4. Okay, good Borlier. Gonna get housed a little bit here. Yep, nice compensation with the loom. And then this guy should just go back to berries. Or this gal, I should say. This boar lure is a little bit late, so you want to lure the second boar usually when this is around 50% HP, or not HP, just amount of food left. But so by the time this guy walks over there to get him back, it's going to be kind of rough, and you're going to have to get, you're going to have to eat a sheep, yeah. But that's okay. Franks also have a big bonus with forging berries, so that's kind of nice. Alright, good Dark Age. Pretty good Dark Age. So at this point, you don't need to build any more houses or anything like that. Well, I guess you're fast castling. Forgot about that, okay. So you have a huge town center idle time advantage over the enemy. They just finished researching Loom, and you're already 2 vills ahead. So they really forgot to queue villagers, looks like. But they will be researching Feudal Age first. This walling is pretty good. Yeah, this is a decent wall. Just so one thing that'll get sketchy is when you wall like this. If the opponents come at you with like archers or skirmishers in Feudal Age, they'll have a hill bonus advantage, and they can kind of patrol that hill and control it, which makes it really sketchy. That's why like forward gold, like kind of beneath the hill, is uber sketch. So one thing, if you had back gold as your secondary gold, it might be better to just pursue that, but in this case both of your goals are forward, so I would have put the barracks, you're gonna have to build a barracks soon I guess, but I would have put the barracks like somewhere here and then try to wall a little bit further out just to give you more breathing space in terms of the gold. And then a wall like this would be great down here. With Fast Castle you're probably gonna go Blacksmith Market though, aren't you? Oh no, you build a barracks. Yeah, so this barracks is better served like on the hill or something. It just helps kind of control that hill a little bit better. They can't camp it as much if you get a block thing there, and then also your units will pop out more on that side. But anyway, yep, this is fine. 25 versus 29, you're researching Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow's a bit early. I get what you're doing with this build because it times well with like this. It gives you kind of idle. It kind of like lets you accumulate food as you go up, but usually wheelbarrow's advantage is not really worth it this early, because what happens is nice eco balance though. So what happens is like you usually get like the wheelbarrow costs like 3 villagers worth of idle time basically, and then also takes a lot of resources. So I personally usually don't get wheelbarrow until Castle Age, but it's fine because it works with the build order. And obviously you will make use of farms in the Castle Age. Alright, so let's see what your opponent did. They are sneaking around. Oh, this is actually, at this point in time, this is actually really dangerous. So, let's see what they see. I don't know why they snuck all the way around instead of just shooting at your walls, which is kind of stupid, but let's play it real time. So instead of shooting the walls, they should just walk in, because they can see that. Oh, I guess maybe they're assuming that you're fully walled, but either way, they're trying to get in. And what they really should do is they should move the archers right here, so you can't like build a second tier behind it. See, this is smart of you to wall it, and then they just didn't go all the way, so they assumed that you were full walled. So this is just poor play from the archer civ's perspective. You should always hit the front, because you can tear down the walls. There's no point in trying to sneak around. Sneaking around is for like scout rushes or drush man-at-arms to kind of, because they're melee units, they can't get through the walls easily, and you can always wall behind. But with archer civs, like you got to go straight across the map, shoot down the walls, and then park your archers right next to the wall to kind of range the villagers that are building. So this is misplay. Vilcamp, you're now in Castle Age. I assume you will do double stable knights. Nice. It's important to research the tech upgrades as quick as possible from the blacksmith for the armor. Franks get free, basically they get free bloodlines because they're extra scout HP. Okay, this is like, this makes no sense. He's like running the archers all the way like away from you. I guess he's afraid that you'll hunt him down, but most players should just run directly back to the base. This is just kind of, because now these aren't even in position to defend if you just marched across the map, right? But at least he's trying to save his army, so that's something. Yep, you're ramping up night production. So one thing, this is a minor thing, but gates, like, it's kind of hard because like you want to build a gate to let your units through, obviously, but gates are so easy to take down. You can see they're 400 tiles, or sorry, they're 400 HP. They're slightly more HP than a normal tile, but the issue is it's such a big area to cover. It's hard to wall behind, so like they can be hit by multiple range units and multiple melee units. So what I tend to prefer doing is use the production buildings as the wall, and then just set the garrison point on the other side. There's really no point for your military units to garrison inside, or to like pop out on the inside of your base, because you want to go attack them. So usually you set the rally point inside the stable, and then you pop them out on this side. That way you don't have to worry about like walls being torn down. But right now, obviously, that doesn't matter because he's not attacking your base. So you should wait for +2 generally, in terms of the armor, because it'll really deny the DPS. The crossbows will have 5+2, so that's 7 damage. If you get +2 armor, that's 4 armor, so that's only 3 damage per hit. So it really negates like the crossbow advantage. But right now, since you have the tech advantage, you're in Castle Age, he's not. It's acceptable to march across the map and attack here. You could have probably afforded, if you just like idled one stable, you could probably have afforded the knight. Sorry, the armor upgrade. You also need at least like 1 more on gold, because you need 7 to sustain constant knight production from 1 stable, and usually there's like this buffer of gold that you build up on your way to Castle Age, right? And researching gold mining upgrade is pretty important. So you're missing that. 100 food, 75 wood. I usually research this on the way up to castle. It's like almost getting like more villagers for the ones that are getting stuff on gold. Anyway, okay, so you're marching across the map. He's got a pretty healthy amount of archers actually as Italians. And his base is pretty well defended. So let's see how this fight goes. We'll slow it down. All right, he's walling. Does he have a hole? Oh, there's a hole here. He rang the town bell. All right. Oh, there's a hole here. He needs to wall that hole. So anyway, he needs to get to Castle Age, which he's doing. This is so late though. So at this point, if I were Italians and I was this far behind, I wouldn't even bother making more archers. I would build a second barracks, and like spearmen are much better. They pop out of the barracks, I think, with a faster production time than archers do, and they actually counter knights even if they're really weak. You prefer to have pikemen, obviously, but you know, like more archers isn't really going to do much. But he needs to really hunker down on production here. And then here you go through the hole. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad for him. And he's out of position. His archers are out of position. He needs to close that hole, and then you're just going to flood knights, I assume, into his base. Yeah, slow reaction time. He does wall it up. His archers are coming back. Do you have +2 yet? Still no +2. So in your situation, I like the balance and 2 TCs. That lets you get a big head start on in terms of vill count. I would definitely not do a 3rd TC. Wait, where's your extra stone? Did you like sell your stone or something? Because you only have 2 TCs. Weird. I guess you sold your stone. But anyway, it's smart to stay on 2 TCs because you're trying to do aggression, right? So when you play defense, that's when you have 3 TCs, and that's probably okay because you're just trying to boom and defend with minimal resources. But I like that you stayed on 2 TCs. This is way too much wood, so you got to like transition and make a bunch of farms here. Wheelbarrow will definitely kick in and really help from the farming perspective. And then you definitely need more on gold here. And then one other thing is, given the vision that you have, you know he has a 4 gold here. You don't know where secondary gold is, but you also know there's a nice looking hill right here. This would be a perfect spot to sneak a villager, or you control the hill, so you don't really need to sneak. But to put a villager here and get a siege workshop, put it right here, destroy, like keep raiding his economy, but using that as a distraction to get that siege workshop up, and then the siege workshop gets that hill bonus when it's attacking downhill. You can range the gold, you can range his production buildings, and then eventually you can range his town center. So when you want to do aggression like this, I would definitely recommend like a siege forward. But anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, you have a huge vill count. Yeah, you can see how like the archers aren't doing that much. He does have a lot of archers though, so you got to be careful. He's not microing them very well, but it's partially, if you had +2, this would be a little bit different. And then he should garrison or trap if he could, but this is just too low elo. Okay, this rating is good. Ringing the town bell is just too newbie. Like, I mean, you'll see a lot of that at lower elo, but he should just kind of select the units that are actually in danger. This is just tanking his whole economy. But good raids, good stuff. Still trading knights for villagers. That's generally okay if you're this far ahead. He's got 26 vills, you're at 49. Good eco. You gotta balance out the farms though. But this game is pretty much over at this point. He didn't tech. He hit Castle Age, but didn't tech into crossbow. This is just like the classic. He doesn't know how to counter knights, I guess. You know, at this point, you have to start transitioning into monks or pikemen. Like, just more crossbows isn't necessarily gonna win the games because you're just so far ahead. All right, let's keep going. Does he just resign soon? How do you kill him? He's booming. Okay, so another newbie mistake by him. He knows he's behind to Castle Age, right? But yet, instead of 1 TC pushing you to try to get that advantage that you built back, he's trying to boom his way back in the game, which just makes no sense because you're obviously ahead. You killed his villagers, he didn't kill any of your villagers, and you've been in Castle Age longer. So this is just a very bad mistake. You never try to reboom if you're behind. He's getting... Alright, his archers will start getting dangerous now once he gets Thumb Ring. He's got Thumb Ring, he's got Archer Armor. It's kind of useless. Rather have Ballistics from the university. He researched Archer Armor instead of Archer Attack, which is another big mistake. Armor does not matter that much in crossbow versus knights because they have such low HP anyway. You just need the range and you need the attack. Let's see if you've got the +2. You still don't have the +2. Monastery is a good choice here. Actually, I love this Monastery Siege Workshop. Siege Workshop, you can like have the optionality to build a Meng-Yang should he somehow get into your base. Monastery, 1 or 2 monks to heal your knights as they get weak over battles. It's good. I wouldn't recommend archery range. So in Castle Age, you don't want to try to like have too many different types because it just takes too much economy to tech into different options. You might as well just like focus on your main unit, your strongest unit, which is the knight, get all the upgrades for him, and then support him with like a siege unit or something like that. So like I think you're trying to go for skirms here, but we both know Frank skirms are not good in the late game, and also it'll just tank your economy because they cost food and wood and all that shit. So anyway, he's coming down here. This fight at this moment in time, you should lose if he micros, which he's not. All right, now he's microing. There you go. Now he's shooting villagers for no reason. He should be attacking the army. I guess he thinks he'll lose the fight, so he's just... That's a big mistake. This 23 crossbows easily kills 6 or 7 knights without any pierce armor, or without double pierce armor. So now you got the surround. That's good. Yeah, this is probably the big scare that you're talking about over text. Is if he properly microed that, he would have killed this entire knight army. What you do is you just run back and attack the weakest knight next to you, and you stutter step. But he instead chose to shoot villagers, which lets you close in the distance and get free hits on his archers. So big mistake by him. And you still need the second armor upgrade. But yeah, you're so far ahead now in terms of vill count. He's trying to reboom here. You can start thinking about imp potentially if you wish, or you can go all in castle. Let's see how many stables you have. 3 stables. For 3 stable production, you really need like 15 or so on gold. You can't have 6. You're just not going to be able to make that much. And it also delay your Imperial Age because then you can't accumulate gold. But I like that you're also on stone. This is a good setup because stone gets you the cheap Frank castles, and you can think about a 4 castle drop. Probably here, this hill's the best. And then man, still forgetting the upgrades. That's probably the biggest criticism right now. Is this late in Castle Age, you have to have fully upgraded units. And he's still on 2 TCs. He doesn't have a Genoese crossbowman because he did not get to stone. Yeah, so to really like at this point, like in a slightly higher elo game, like it'll be hard for you to get in his base because he'll just keep walling and maybe even stonewall behind, and that's where that siege workshop can really help. The Mega now has 7 range. It can like counter his archers, any archers that he has, and it can destroy buildings with the siege like bonus. At this point it doesn't matter because he really doesn't have any army to defend. He's starting to tech into spearmen. He didn't research pikemen. He's starting to go into monks, but the monks are too late really. He's got the right idea, just really bad execution. And then you need more villagers walling here and repairing. I think he just doesn't have, like, he's not quick enough to do all this. He's freaking out. Yeah, you're gonna get through here. This is gonna be too. Oh, he made it. He made it. Oh, is there still a hole? No. Yeah, so what he needs to do is to tech into pikemen. Oh, and then he just resigned. All right. Okay, so recap. I like that you stayed on 2 TCs. Smart idea. Don't go 3 TC because you can't boom and attack with knights at the same time. You needed a couple more on gold. I would recommend getting the gold shaft mining upgrade or whatever it's called on your way to castle. You definitely need to have +2 armor when you're fighting archers. It's like 5 minutes ago that you just got this, so it's really late, and it would have put you in a really bad spot if you won this fight, because then like he could really raid your economy. He made a bajillion mistakes, like starting from that sneaking the archers all the way around the map. But anyway, I think the biggest two things are get the upgrade, get more on gold if you want to do aggression with knights. You need more gold, and then consider a forward siege workshop if you want to end the game. If you want to drag the game out and play it Imperial Age with like Cavalier Paladin or something, that's, you don't have to obviously do a forward siege, but this is like a really ripe spot for a siege workshop because it can hit his gold and eventually hit his TC. That's actually one of the big changes they made to Arabia, is they put hills like really close to TC, so it's like it favors aggression. Like he could have done the same thing to you, right, with his archers early game had he just like camped his archers here. And what would you have done? You'd have to go out here to get gold, or buy your way up to Castle Age. But anyway, all right.